On behalf of Paramount Veterans Network and Hiring America, welcome everyone to Coffee with Vets. My name is Meryl Tengestal. As most of you may know me from the CBS show Tough as Nails, I'm also a proud Navy and Air Force veteran who flew a lot of aircraft to include the U-2 spy plane. We are excited to bring forth an inspiring conversation with Mr. William Curry, who will share his military story. But before we get into the conversation, I would like to introduce to you our moderator for this afternoon. You may know him as Theodore T.C. Calvin, a former Marine veteran and helicopter pilot on CBS's Magnum PI. Hello, fellow pilot. He is also a fellow Paramount Veterans Network ambassador and a military veteran advocate. Thank you for all you do for the community. Before I welcome Stephen Hill, let me just make it clear. Please use the Q&A feature when asking any questions, which is located at the bottom of the screen for today's session. But without further ado, welcome, Stephen Hill.
Oh man, this is awesome. Thank you for having me. That's a serious resume you have there yourself. I wish I could have you on set sometimes to kind of show me what I'm doing, but yeah, we might have to make that happen. Everybody wants to come to Hawaii, right?
Anytime I'm in the Sacramento area, I will fly over in a heartbeat. Just give me a call.
Okay, come on. You can bring Mr. Curry with you. That'll be cool. Well, do we want to get started? I can't wait to talk to Mr. Curry. So, where's he at? There he is. There he is. How you doing, sir?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good. So I saw a video of you working out in the gym this morning.
Oh yes, I do it daily.
Yeah, you were working your legs, but then you asked your daughter. You said, "How do my arms look?"
Ask me, how do your arms look when you work out? When you were working out?
Look good.
Yeah, it did look good. So basically, no matter how old we get, we always want to make sure our arms look good, right?
I think very important that you must keep moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you look great. Thank you for joining us. And it is an absolute honor to be able to have this conversation with you. So we're just you and I have had a bit of a conversation already, but we're just gonna let everybody else in on it now. And you guys are in for a treat because this is a great young fellow we got here. Tell us why you enlisted in the military and what was life like in the US at the time and what appealed to you about joining the Army?
At that time, Hoover was president of the United States. The country was very poor. It was on a depression.
Mm.
There was no jobs. There was nothing around. A lot of people were out of work. And what work was available? Well, there were no work.
Mm.
You decide to join.
So I had a chance to go in the military. I took the opportunity to go into the military. By the way, the first time I got a brand pair of shoes when I went into the military.
That was your first brand new pair of shoes?
That's my first brand new shoes. Keep in mind, stamps in the United States, first class to 3 cents for mail.
Man.
First fed to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your first wage. Can you talk about what you made in the military when you joined the military?
When I joined the military, I got my first brand new shoes when I got in the military.
And can you talk about how much you made when you first started?
I think it was $21 a month, but it was a lot of money back then.
$21 a month was a lot of money?
That's all we got.
Wow. You know, I hope the audience knows how important this is to be able to have this conversation because you guys are very tight-lipped. You don't like to talk about what you got going on. Yeah. My father, I learned little things about his time in the military and he's just telling me, I'm 45, and he just recently told me maybe a month or two ago that he joined the military because he was hungry. He said he wanted to eat, and he wanted 3 meals a day.
Yes.
You can talk about that, Dad. Why did you said it finally gave you money and food.
Food was very scarce. There was no such thing as 3 meals a day. No. In the military, you got 3 meals a day.
And you got a bed to sleep in.
And a place to sleep on.
Wow. I can't. I'm stuck on the fact that that was your first fresh pair of shoes. Because of you guys doing what you did for us to have a nice life. I just yesterday, I'm packing up to move to a new apartment, and just yesterday, packed up about 20 pairs of shoes to give away. I'm trying to find a young kid in high school to give the shoes to, but it's amazing that was your first fresh pair of shoes. When I buy a pair of shoes now, I'm going to think about that story.
Yes, my first was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
Also, keep in mind, when I was a young boy, my parents couldn't pay the rent in a little small place, and the sheriff put us out on the street. So I learned how money is very important if you got it.
Yeah. If you can make it.
If you can make it.
Yeah. It's a blessing if you can make it. Well, we're glad that you made it. You got put on the street, but you're still here today. So
in the military, you never miss a payday in the military. There's no such thing as a missed payday. I like the military because of that.
Are you saying the military never missed a day of paying you, or you just made sure that you were there to get paid every day?
Of paying you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying. I thought you were saying.
What you do with that money?
Okay.
You will get paid.
I thought you were saying you never missed that payment, that check line.
No,
Pick up your check.
no, you never miss a payday in the military.
He'll tell you, you can talk about how other jobs you had, you'd work and then they decide not to pay you. So that was a big reason why he wanted to make sure that he would
You
always
may
get
be
paid.
in civilian jobs, they sometimes forget to pay you, but the military never forget to pay you.
So you would work two weeks or a week, and then they wouldn't pay you at the end of the week at other jobs?
Yes, there are jobs available, but when the time comes, the person say, well, I don't have the money now to pay you.
Oh yeah, we don't like that. Nobody likes
we
that.
don't like that. No, at all.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you found a job that paid you, and thank you, military, for making that happen.
And I got my first brand new shoes when I was in the military.
That's beautiful. You still have them?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on to another question. It says here, you turned an enlistment into a career in the military. What was it about military life that you most enjoyed and responded to?
I liked the military mostly because you have rules and regulations and you get paid. And that's what I like. And a place to sleep, a bed, things I consider very important.
And I would also say one thing that I haven't quite picked up from my father yet. I guess I have the luxury of not being as punctual as him, but the military teaches you to be very punctual, from what I gather. My father is, I stopped telling him when I have a flight to catch, because he wants me at the airport about 4 hours before the plane takes off. And would you say that you're just as punctual?
Are you timely?
I believe so.
Okay. Tell me what time you get up in the morning.
I get up between 5 and 6 every morning. I'm a firm believer you got to keep moving.
You got to keep moving. Now, how does that benefit you being able to get up early? Do you go to sleep early or do you
I go to bed early, I get up early.
okay.
I
So
learned
you get up with
in school that your brain functions better when you keep moving.
well, that's you are the man for us to take that advice from, because you have been moving for 99 years. So I think we should all take that note down, to go to bed early and get up early. You get up with the sun, I take it.
Yeah, I get up and I have to exercise.
Oh, okay. Now I saw you working your legs. What other exercises do you do?
And I have dumbbells. I have arm wrists for the work of my exercise hands.
Oh, now I know that you have huge hands. What's the right? Yeah. Oh, so that's the secret. Now, your daughter told us when we spoke last week that people are very surprised when you go to shake their hand because your grip is so strong. So you got those old school hand grips, huh?
Right.
You pull out all the old school tricks.
Can you tell me how often you exercise every day?
I exercise 7 days a week.
Wow.
You go to the gym how often?
Mm-hmm.
Go to the gym twice a week.
Twice a week. And I go to PT, physical therapy, Wednesday and Friday, every week.
Okay. You know, I have a sword master that teaches me how to use a samurai sword. And he exercises us pretty intensely 5 days a week. I thought it was gonna be, right? So we work Monday through Friday. And I thought we had the weekend off. And he goes, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I said, what, Saturday? And he says, yes, Saturday and Sunday. I said, no rest? And he said, you have 24 hours in a day. You can rest during the day. I'll see you tomorrow. So I know the feeling of working out 7 days a week. Your military career allowed you to travel the world and see so many things. What were some of your favorite experiences?
I was surprised. I went to London, different countries. I went to London, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Korea.
Which one was your favorite?
My favorite, I would say, is maybe England was very good.
England?
Yeah.
And there was another country that treated you well as a Black person.
And I like Vietnam also.
They treated you well in Vietnam?
Yes, they did.
Wow. Okay. That's no wonder you guys always like to wear those hats.
Yeah.
And most Vietnam vets will let you know that they were in Vietnam, boy.
Yeah. Vietnam is very good. And the climate was warm.
Okay. You like the warm climate?
Yes, I do.
I remember my father telling me one time he was in Vietnam as well. And he was stationed in the Philippines. He was in the Air Force, like you were. And he played basketball for the Air Force basketball team. But one time he said he was stationed in Alaska for a couple of months, and he was kicking and screaming to get out of there. He got out of there somehow.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I was born in Buffalo, New York. So
wow.
I never did like cold weather.
Yeah.
I think cold weather is good when you have warm clothes, shoes, all the necessary things. When you don't, it's hard.
Yeah.
You better be in a warm climate when you're
It makes you tough though. So you grew up in that tough climate, and then you went to Vietnam, and they didn't know you were already tough. Have you made it to New York City?
Yes, I've been in New York City.
Okay. How do you like New York in comparison to Buffalo?
Too many people though, but it's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We got to get you down to New York.
Every year.
Every year?
Every year he would go to New York City.
Yeah, in New York City, it's good.
And see plays. You love to see plays.
See plays and everything like that. Very good
Oh.
for that.
You like to go to Broadway, see plays on Broadway?
I like to look at plays, you know.
Did you have a favorite play that you like?
Not necessarily. So many I like though. But
Some of your favorites were Ragtime and Porgy and Bess.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Ragtime and when you saw Color Purple.
No, I can't think of any.
So.
Oh, you got to see The Color Purple?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm working on The Color Purple right now on the
Oh,
movie. Yeah. Gotta get you to the premiere on Christmas. All right. Let me move on to the next question. You are a big proponent of education. Yes, we talked about this. Where did that belief come from? And why do you think education is such a valuable thing?
education is very important. So many people help me. That's why I like helping others. I think that's the most important thing you can do is helping others. So many people helped me from the time when I was little. I had a problem of talking, and people took their time and taught me how to talk. It really helped me. So I learned from that. I learned when you help others, you are also helping yourself.
So how long have you're saying that you had an issue talking early on?
I stuttered.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this was when you were a young child?
Yes, a child, but people took their time out and worked with me. These people helped me. Grown people. I was just a little child. They helped me. I never forgot that.
Yeah.
That's the reason I like helping others.
Yeah, I remember as a kid myself, I didn't stutter, but my attention was all over the place, my attention span, and I just didn't want to sit down and read. But then my aunt had a friend, her name was Chauncey, and she would come and she was like a tutor to me on weekends in New York City. And I just wanted to go outside and play because everybody was playing outside and I could hear them playing. But she would make me sit down and read, and she would give me the hardest books ever. I was in like second grade, and the first book I remember her giving me was a book called Before the Mayflower by Lerone Bennett Jr. And she made me read page for page. And if I didn't know a word, she would make me sound it out. Everything was about sound it out, sound it out. Sound it out. Yeah.
I learned from others helped me when I was stuttering. And I learned how to read. I like reading then and now. I read every day, 7 days a week. I must spend time 10 to 30 minutes reading every time. This helps your mind.
You and my father have a lot of things in common. I got to get him working out in the gym though. He doesn't work out in the gym. So you work out your body 7 days a week, and you make sure you keep your mind sharp 7 days a week as well. Is there a book that you think changed your life?
Is there a book that changed your life?
Any particular book? I read so many books because I read something every day. I spend 15 minutes to an hour every day reading something.
You can share what book you're reading right now, The Wiser.
Right now, where
He wants it's right here.
Okay.
You can show it.
Right here. This is the book I'm reading now.
Wiser.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's got an eye on the cover. Is that for your third eye? Is that?
Hi, Dad.
No.
And you, what were you reading, which president book did you finish recently? Do you remember a book that you finished recently on one of the presidents?
Which one?
Obama you read, and some other ones that you've read.
I'm reading about
You did Truman.
let's see what Truman and Dewey. You know, Truman was a great president, very unusual president, because he never went to college and nothing like that. He never owned a home or anything, and he became president.
So he never owned a home, and he just moved right into the White House, huh?
Right. We had a lot of friends, and he was going against a person named Dewey.
Okay.
He defeated for the president of the United States, and he did one of the most important decisions a man has to make, when he declared dropped the atomic bomb on Japan. He saved thousands and thousands of people's lives.
Wow. That's a tough one there.
Very tough decision, because if we had invaded Japan, it would cost millions of lives.
Okay. And you last week you spoke about was it Eisenhower?
Yes,
And
I was in North Africa, and a place called Bazurdi. I was put in. We had to take bayonet training.
Okay.
And I had my rifle. I was very good. I would pull out a black unit and put in a white unit because of my rifle, way I can handle a rifle.
You naturally had a very sharp aim, correct?
Yeah, very good. So we was in boats with 15 in a boat. We all had bayonets. And Eisenhower come from, I don't know where you come from, but we always headed towards France. And we lost a lot of lives too. Bodies were stacked like wood, but that's part of the military.
Yeah, my father shared that. That was one of the few stories he shared with me as well about, he was a jet engine mechanic, and he said he would see what they called Jolly Green Giants, the big helicopters with the huge propellers, and they would pick up a lot of the bodies and bring them back. And he said he would see that every single day. So I know you guys had to see a lot of that kind of stuff, and it's very difficult. But we thank you for that service and sacrifice that allowed us to not have to do that on a daily basis. So we really want to thank you for that. But I remember you saying you were in the Army for, I think, 2 years.
I don't know, remember. I stayed in the Army until the war was over.
Okay.
I decided to go into a brand new service, which was the Air Force. I figured the Army was old ideals, and a new service like the Air Force be helpful for me, because I want to get advanced the best I could. So I went into the Air Force and finished a total of 26 years in the military.
Okay. So that was what? Was that Air Force was 54, 1954?
1947.
I don't remember.
The Air Force started, I believe it was 1947.
I think so.
And can you tell about your experience as a Black man in World War, why you went from the Army to the Air Force?
The Army was hard on Black soldiers, and I thought maybe I'll get a better break in the Air Force, because it's a brand new service, and I say, maybe I'll try this. So I passed my physical, went in the Air Force.
Okay. Well, we're glad so you got treated better in the Air Force than you did in the Army.
Yeah. I figured so.
All right, I haven't been able to talk to anyone from the Army just yet. I'm gonna call a couple of friends, make sure that they are treating the brothers good these days. Hopefully they are. Wait a minute, I just realized neither one of us have taken a sip of coffee. Here's a coffee here.
You have it right there.
I'm sure there are people that would be interested to know. I was gonna say what coffee you drink, but you're gonna go straight with the elixir of life. You're just gonna go straight water on us, huh? You got me drinking the coffee.
No.
All right. I'm gonna go for some water next too. I'm doing a white mocha with oat milk. I've started drinking coffee now because I have the option of oat milk. I know you guys didn't do oat milk back in the days, but
That's my tea, coconut water.
coconut water with tea?
Yeah, I drink that too.
Mhm.
Since I got out of the military, I don't drink coffee anymore. I'm a tea
Okay.
drinker.
Okay, what type of tea do you drink?
Green tea.
Green tea, that's a great tea. That's an awesome tea.
Can you share your favorite food?
Hmm.
Your diet, share your diet.
My diet is oatmeal, milk, orange juice, 1 egg,
And then for lunch,
lunch, very light.
and then your favorite dinner, salmon.
Salmon is my favorite food to eat, salmon. I
Okay,
don't like beef, bacon, none of that stuff.
okay. No beef, bacon. I don't eat pork. That's the one thing I don't eat.
I don't eat pork.
He doesn't either.
I don't eat as good as I should though, but I'm taking notes. You gotta be taking notes. I need to start some new habits. So I think I'll take them from a 99-year-old veteran. So oatmeal, I can get down with that. 1 egg, is it boiled? A boiled egg?
1 egg,
Is it, you have it cooked, right? Over
Yeah.
medium.
yeah, medium.
Okay, I'm glad you said cook because we don't know. He might be one of those, he might be like Rocky, just do a straight egg shot.
But I hope not. As a doctor, I'm like, no.
Oh,
It
okay.
needs to be cooked.
Yeah, we don't want any salmonella or anything.
No.
Okay. Okay, we got another question here. You have lived a long, healthy life, and your motto is, you got to keep moving. How important has physical fitness been to your continued health, your mental well-being, and your happiness? You have kind of answered that already, but is there anything else that you would add in terms of physical fitness that you think helped you along the way? We know you eat very light. You eat a pretty balanced breakfast. You eat a light lunch, and you do salmon. You don't really do a lot of meat, you said, right?
No,
Would you say that is a secret to your longevity? You don't get bogged down with the heavy foods?
I think keeping moving is one of the most important things. And reading. See, I read every day, 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then your food choices. Do you think your food choices have helped you live to 99? How well you eat? You always say what you put in helps your mind.
Yes, what you eat helps your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think the brain is about 3 ounces, and that works the mind. The mind works the total body. That's a whole big job for the mind to do, to work the entire body. So you got to keep moving. We got to keep moving.
And eat the right food.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And reading is very important.
Okay, on a daily basis. And now I want to ask you about how does it feel for you? I see you have your daughter there with you, and she is she plays a very important part of your life. How do you feel knowing that you went to war, you were able to make it home, thank God, and you were able to give her an opportunity. How does it feel to see her take on opportunity that you didn't have, right? You grew up and you were hungry, like my father, didn't have much food, didn't have a fresh pair of shoes until you joined the military. But how great does it feel to have your daughter by your side and she's doing so well in life? How does that make you feel?
Feel great. Feel
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's the only way I can explain it. What I did helped her. I'm very proud of her.
Yeah. Yeah, we we really thank you guys for giving us that opportunity. I get to be on a TV show. She's working you're at the hospital?
I'm at a couple of hospitals and clinics, and I do a lot of outreach efforts. And I can say the reason who I am is because of my dad. That motto of giving back and making sure that you know that the world is bigger than yourself and making a statement as you move forward is because of him. And that's why I do what I do with the underserved and just being able to think outside the box. He's the reason why I'm a doctor and why I get to help people. And I'm grateful.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I know for me, my my dad, he's seen so many things over there. And as a kid, there were times where I felt like maybe he wasn't as warm as I would have liked him to be. But the older I get, the more I recognize just how hard he worked for me. I was able to go to Hampton University, and my father, a lot of kids that I was in school with, they were getting financial aid, they were getting Pell Grants and things like that. And my dad paid for me to go to school out of pocket. So he was just always working. He didn't get to come. I used to be mad that he couldn't come to like the father or the parents' day or parents' weekend and things like that. Like, oh, my dad never shows up, but he was working overtime so that he could pay for me to go to school out of pocket. So you guys you sacrificed for the country. You started your career sacrificing for the country, but then you came home and you sacrificed so much for your families too. So, for us to be able to follow our dreams, we really, really thank you guys. So, I'm speaking for your daughter, just like she could speak for me to my dad. But you guys are awesome, man.
I agree with you, Stephen.
Awesome.
He was a taskmaster, and I now know why. And he would say, Bio, you have to study. And he said, education is the one thing no one can take away from you. And growing up, I didn't understand why. He kept pushing and pushing. And he said, you have to always do your best. And if you fail, that's okay, but keep working. And it's for a reason. As you mentioned, there is a reason why they share that information. And he's getting teary-eyed, and I am. And it was because he knew that I could do it. And you just need someone to believe in you. And he has just been an amazing dad, and I am so grateful.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
So.
Our generation, we like to think we're tough. Right? We think we're so tough. We like to say what we would have done during your generation. We have the audacity sometimes to say what we would have done in your generation. We would have done this better and that's that. But when we actually sit down, listen to you guys and really read about what you guys went through. My father was from Birmingham, Alabama. He was there during the civil rights movement. He was hit with the hoses, and they sent him to live with my aunt in New York City because, they said, we got to get this boy out of here before he gets killed. And he was very young. He was, I think, 14 or at the time. And so a lot of the youth at that time were really tough. They were fighting for the rights of people of color not just in the country, but really all over the world, because the world was looking at us. They made the world look at us. So, you know, again, I mean, I really can't thank you guys enough for the groundwork and the immense sacrifice that you guys have done for us, because, you know, we say what we would have done, but a lot of people wouldn't have made it through that kind of adversity. You know, people could have easily given up and not fought for us. You know, you guys could have went and just gave up, but you never gave up. You know, like you said, your motto is keep it moving. I like that motto. I don't have any tattoos, but if I were to get one, maybe I would get one that said keep it moving.
Keep moving.
And you can share your experience as a Black man when you went and fought for the country and when you came back. Can you share a little bit about that adversity, being a Black man and what you faced in the military and even in the country?
Yes, things, you know, you see people promoted over you, you know, things like that, you know. But you have to keep moving. That's why I believe in reading and education. That keeps you going.
One thing he always says is that part, because they can see your outward appearance, but that education piece and your drive, there's nothing that can stop that piece. And so you make sure that you have as much as you can of that, because sometimes, of course, we know judgment on color, but that inner build is important.
To me, my slogan, you got to keep moving.
And I think that has helped him with the things that he has faced, such as he'll talk to you about when he was in Nevada, you couldn't go into the casinos. You had fought for the war. You couldn't go into restaurants.
You couldn't go, a lot of things was off limits to you, but you put your money in the bank and save your money.
That gave you an opportunity to save the money. You couldn't go to the casino. You couldn't go to the casino, so you saved your money.
Yeah, one time when we first got here, you was not allowed to go in the casinos. That was off limits to Black people. But you could always go to the bank, put your money in.
Yeah, that's interesting. They didn't want you to have an opportunity to win a little bit of money, huh?
Oh, to lose your money.
Yeah, figure out a way to make you lose it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
He always tried to think of if there was an obstacle, he just spun it around to something positive.
That's
so you're not
right.
going to let me do this. Okay, well, I'll find a different way to advance myself or whatever I need to do.
Kind of like when you're on the football field, if you run into an obstacle here, you got to bounce off and go the other way.
That's right.
Right.
I think that's how you've also made it to 99, because you won't let anyone stop you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's excellent life advice. You know, when you're faced with any kind of, so when you were faced with racism, you just went around it.
Just went around it.
Wow. That's powerful. That's actually really powerful. I guess I'm kind of doing it right now. You know, every now and then, I won't even say every now and then, maybe once a week, I get asked in my building, you know, and I will say people are really excellent around here. Some awesome individuals. I'm looking at the Pacific Ocean right now. It's beautiful, beautiful life. But I always get asked, excuse me, sir, do you live here? I get that all the time. Excuse me, do you live here? Do you live here? And I'm like, if I was a white guy, I know I would never get asked that question. But it's okay. I'm gonna keep it moving, and I'm gonna move over to Waikiki into a nicer place.
You gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when I have faced racial things, you tell me, you're like, you're a doctor. You just do your best with patients. Don't let it worry. Don't let it worry you, but fight for different ways to close that gap in inequity disparities. And that's the key. What can I do? What can we do to highlight it?
Well, I will say, I took a glance at some of the comments from the audience, and I just want you to know, so far, people have commented on your diet. And there's one guy, he says, as a personal trainer, I totally approve of your diet. And there's another person that he said his father referred to being able to have somewhere to eat and sleep as 3 hots in a cot, you know? So there's some people that go to jail for 3 hots in a cot. But, you know, I think that going to the military is a more honorable way to go about it. So thank you for that.
And one thing he could share that you haven't shared, after the military, you decided to go and get an education to get your degree.
One thing I'd like to pass on to you, after I finished my military career, I decided to go to school. I went to UNR and got a teaching degree. I decided to help people. So I went in to work for WARC. These are people with disabilities.
Yeah.
You know, I did this for 27 years, helping young people, some of them a little older. I have a variety of people I help, you know, for 27 years I did that.
Wow.
I help people because I remember how many people helped me when I used to stutter. They helped me to go past.
Well, I don't know if you remember, I think I might have mentioned it the last time we spoke. One of the greatest voices of our time, James Earl Jones, he used to stutter. He's a voice of Darth Vader and of Bell Atlantic, and he actually used to stutter as well. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Morgan Freeman maybe used to stutter too. So, you know, you guys, I don't know what you guys are made of, but you made us something special that allows you to take adversity and flip it inside out and upside down and make something really beautiful out of it. But you said you work with children with disabilities?
Yes, young people.
Okay.
Yes.
And you help them develop skills, you taught them different things so that they could.
Yeah, help people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Make
did
them
that.
feel proud of themselves, you know.
Yeah. I remember you said one of your favorite things to do is you taught them how to make pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. That
So,
sounds.
when you helping others, you're also helping yourself.
Mm.
And another thing that he did was you helped them with finances and money. He was of the belief there's no limitation. So he refused to believe that, oh, this person can only learn this much. He would just show them everything. And then you go from there. And so often your coworkers would say, why are you even introducing that? And my dad was like, well, we don't know. Let's go ahead and see if they can do this.
Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. So you would actually, the coworkers would feel like, would give up on them, and you would push them to learn more.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. I know the feeling of that. I have a younger sister, and she has Down syndrome. And they said when she was born that she would be a vegetable. You know, she wouldn't be able to walk. And she would just be just sitting there. And, you know, she walks all over the place. She still doesn't talk much, but she's learning. She's in her 30s now, and she is still learning every day. You know, there would be something that the last time I was home, she went to the bathroom. You know, she normally goes to the bathroom, and, you know, we have to leave the door open so she can go in there. But her new thing now is she goes in there and she can sit down and go to the bathroom by herself. She doesn't wipe herself, but she gets and she sits in there and she will go by herself now. And I said, when did she learn that? You know, I had no clue that she knew how to do that. And my sister said, yeah, one day she just got up and just went by herself. You know, I guess she really had to go that day. And, you know, so the mind is a lot stronger than I think we allow it to be. And luckily, those young people had you there to push them a little bit and to not give up on them. I think we have some questions coming in from a few folks in the audience. Our first question is from Carlos, and he says, how does Mr. Curry compare the military from his time to the military of today?
How do you compare the military from before when you were in to now? What comparison?
I think it's better now. It's better because people do change, you know. See, when I went in, things were hard and tough, but things are better now.
You could talk about equal pay. Do you remember you had mentioned about your pay in the military? It was different for if you were Black or white, and now
the pay
as a Black man, were paid less, you shared.
And the pay was very low. It's better now in the military.
When you were so with the equal pay, I remember you saying you were such a good marksman, right? You're such a good shot with your rifle.
Good, excellent. They gave me a special recognition about my shooting ability.
But that was also,
I like to they take me out of a Black unit and put me in a white unit. That's what I went to a special with Eisenhower. We went on this mission from Brazil, North Africa, when I told you we was in boats with bayonets on our rifles, because I was a white unit. In fact, I was on the Black unit, Black guy on the boat.
Yeah, did you you only chocolate chip in the cookie, huh? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so did they pay you equally?
No.
According to your rank.
Oh, okay.
According to your rank, you got paid. Of course, we had special pay for being overseas. You normally, that's today and yesterday, you get more money when you go overseas.
Okay.
Did that recognition come with extra pay? Were you paid the same?
Yeah, you get extra money for that.
But
Okay. That was your first time having a rifle, right? You had never shot a gun before, right?
I never shot a weapon in my life. So they handed me this weapon. I think it was 0303. And then show me a target. I didn't hit it. They called the instructor. Look at this, and pointed to me.
Yeah.
Look at this way he fired a weapon. It come easy with me.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, there was once I got to play a role of a character named York, who was on the Lewis and Clark expedition, and York was known for being excellent with the rifle, and he saved those guys' lives many times. And when he came back from that expedition, he was put right back into slavery. Everybody else was given land and given money, and he was put into slavery. And they say that he may have died of cholera, and they don't even know, you know, he had an unhonorable death. But Bill Clinton, I think it was, actually recognized his, because that was basically a military expedition, and Bill Clinton recognized him posthumously. So, you know, it seems that, you know, luckily the military today are righting a lot of the wrongs that they did in the past. So I'm glad you're alive to see those things. We have a few more questions coming in. Oh, the questions are flying in here. Okay, question from Melody. Does Mr. Curry watch Magnum PI? Oh, that must be a Magnum PI fan. If so, what does he think about the focus on our veterans? I'm not putting you on the spot. If you don't watch, it's okay.
Watch the show with veterans. Have you watched the Magnum PI show?
No, I haven't.
All right, that's fine. That's cool. But we're gonna get you brought up to speed. We're gonna get you. Look, you see these hands? You know, I'm gonna go just like you with these hands. We're gonna get you brought up to speed. There's a few episodes that we have that I feel like, you know, I'm honored that we were able to put those in front of an audience, and they're very honorable to the military. So I'm going to earmark a few of those and make sure that you get those links into you, so
We'll
you
have
can
to watch
see those
the show.
episodes.
You'll
Yeah.
watch the show and you'll give your what you think about it.
Okay, thank you very much.
It'll be very honest.
Yes, yeah. Let me know what you think. You know.
Will.
All right. All right. Don't pull no punches on me now.
Oh, I told you, Taskmaster. So he'll
Yeah,
get
I got a feeling.
straight.
I got a feeling I'm gonna hear something. Yeah, I'm glad I shaved this last episode. Okay, a question for Bio from Jaron. Does Mr. Curry have any social media or someone we can follow his journey?
He does not, but we will create something. We can do that. That's a
Oh,
great
man,
idea.
you know, he'd be a rock star on Instagram.
I know. We'll put you on some of the things.
Okay.
He'll have to approve it first. He's very
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
but I will do that. Thank you for the suggestion. I think that's a wonderful idea. He's so inspiring, and I think the world needs to see and hear how amazing of a man he is.
Mhm. Yeah, we could use more good content like that on the social media space.
Yes.
That would be awesome. Okay. And we got a question from Sue. Okay, Sue. As a Black American, you have seen a lot of the ways of the world. What do you want today's young people to understand to make the world better? Some good questions.
Keep moving, get an education, read. Keep moving, read, keep moving.
And what's one other thing you say that young people need to do about that introspection? Can you share that about looking at yourself? Can you talk about that?
Read and keep moving. That's all I can say.
Sometimes he also shares with that reading that it's important to look at yourself first.
Yes.
And that's some advice that you like to give to others because
Yeah.
it starts with you.
It starts, and helping others helps yourself.
Mm,
I think that's very important, to put yourself in a position to help others.
mm,
And when you helping others, you eventually help yourself.
mm. Okay. All right. All right, we got another question here from Terry. My grandfather was in World War II, and I inherited his Eisenhower jacket and dress uniform. Did you still have your old dress uniform? And if so, what do you want done with them?
I don't have it no more.
No?
No.
Okay. Would it fit? Would it fit anymore?
I'd say the same size.
Oh,
Yourself.
I wish I could say I could fit. I wish I could say I could fit some stuff from back in the day. I can't fit stuff from college.
He's very regimented about his diet and making sure his clothes fit.
Yeah.
And also I think one thing that's kind of fun to share, Dad, is your style. You take a conscious effort to make sure your outfits look nice, that you look presentable. That's something that's very important.
Mm. Yeah, I want to say in college I weighed about 215 pounds, and I am now a plump 275 pounds. So, you know, but I got much more muscle now than I had then. But I think I ate too many cheesesteaks, so I need to turn it down and start doing a boiled egg and some oatmeal in the morning. That's gonna be my new jam. Watch.
That's very good.
You watch. That's gonna be my new meal for the mornings.
You can share your weight and what you allow yourself to fluctuate.
I weigh about 160.
Mm,
That's all I've been weighing.
mm,
Very particular what I eat.
mm.
And
Wow.
and I also, I believe in you gotta keep moving.
Yeah. All right. All right. I'm getting it. I hear you. I hear you. Sound like my dad. My dad, when I watch this, when the show comes on, my father, he calls me after every show the next day. He gives me the day because the time difference is so different. But I talk to him after the show comes on Sunday, on a Saturday morning. And he don't even tell me what he thought of the show. The first thing he goes is, "You look like you're gaining a little weight." First thing he says, talks about my weight. I said, you didn't see, I almost died in the episode, Dad. You didn't want to talk about that? No, I know you're okay, but you look like you gained a little weight. He keeps me on point.
The stairs. Sometimes he's like, Bio, now you are a doctor. Take the stairs.
Yeah. It keeps me on point. I don't have it. Here it is right here. Look, I wore a nice watch just for this, but as soon as this is over, I'm putting my Fitbit back on. I'll make sure. Oh, you got the Apple Watch. We got to get in our Fitbit group. We got to get a group going, me and Mr. Kerry. But I do yesterday, just packing. I did about 12,000 steps just packing. So I try to do at least 10 to 15,000 a day. On a good day, I'll do 20,000 steps. So
That's good.
Yeah. On a good day. So that's 10 miles, I believe, on a good day. If I do 20,000 steps, it's 10 miles of walk. But all right. Here's a question from William. What advice do you have for living a happy life? I know what you're gonna say. He's gonna say, keep moving. Keep it moving.
And helping others.
Helping others. That's actually right? Very key. That's very key, helping others.
And others, you help yourself when you help others.
Oh, wow. So this is coming from one of our beautiful organizers of this event. I think she wants me to make this announcement now, since we're winding down to finishing this Coffee with Vets. But the special announcement is, on behalf of the Paramount Veterans Network, we will be making Mr. William Curry a Veterans Network ambassador.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you will be joining myself and Merle and others as ambassadors of the Veterans Network. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome, because I feel I am so blessed to be doing this. So now that I know I got you by my side, I know I can't fumble too much.
This makes you happy. Even after the military and teaching, he still went out and found other jobs. He believes you have to keep working. And so now you can add one more job. This is good.
That's very
and this
good.
job is really important. So that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you.
Thank you for your sacrifice, and for your service, and for your lovely daughter that you've given the world, that it continues to help others as well. And for you for continuing to help others. I guarantee you have helped change the trajectory of someone else's life today. So thank you very much for all that you have done for us.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. This is such an honor.
And thank you for having my dad. We
Thank
are
you.
very grateful for this. So thank you.
And I mean it. We got to get you those links to Magnum PI, and we hope you like it.
Review.
Yeah, we hope you like it. And hopefully, I would love to meet you in person sometime. So, if I can't make it there,
actually will.
Yeah. If I don't make it there, you got to come on out to Hawaii.
Okay.
I'm sure you'd enjoy that.
It'd be a pleasure.
Yeah. Take you on a tour, take you over to Pearl Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The other thing, Stephen, he said he wants to keep up with your reading because he kind of wants to challenge you. So I didn't tell you that earlier. So maybe you
Okay.
can start your own little
Okay.
club together. So he
All
was
right.
really just in awe of your love for reading, and it really resonated with him. So it's something that
Awesome.
he'd like to continue that relationship.
Well, I will take that challenge. You know, social media has a way of taking me away from my reading a little bit. I don't like that. So I will take the challenge of keeping me on point with my pages. I listen to what you said. You said you like to read for at least 15, 30 minutes a day. So I will take that, and I will get on that as well.
All right. He's going to take that challenge.
I take the challenge.
All right. Okay. Here we go.